I'm not sure. We could go two ways with this. We could either cut it all out at one time, or we could mark it and then do it that way. We're gonna make our decision here in just a second, but either way, we're gonna go ahead and put a mark around it, and then we'll decide how we're gonna do it. Yeah, Andrew did it. All right, here we go. Cross your fingers.
Looks like money to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we may do is just go around it with that other wheel. Come on around at one good time, and I think that'll be good. But guys, check it out. Look. Pretty good right there, so that's enough for us to weld. All right, but at the same time, we do have to go around it one more time.
Warning, the next part of this video contains flashing lights.
Guys, well, from here, we're just going to probably put this thing in a time-lapse mode, and we're going to go around, make a series of tacks, and probably going to have to sand on some corners, but it looks pretty good. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with this. Think so?
Very. Oh, yeah.
And as you can see, we have this mat underneath. Everybody's going to be really watching, paying attention to this. I'm not going to show the entirety of all of it, but it's the gist of it. I think it's going to work pretty good. And if anybody's wondering how we're going to seal it and like keep it from rusting, we're going to be using Chassis Saver, aka 415. We're going to come in and we're going to paint all the welds on the inside with that stuff, and it should be good to go. And of course, the top will be all ground down, and put a touch of filler across everything to smooth it out. All right, well, we'll get back with you guys when we get some more progress done. Guys, it's been a long day, but we got this thing cut out and got it put in all in one day. It's actually got fiber fill on it right now. If you guys don't know what that is, fiber fill. For anybody that wants to know, stuff works extremely well on stuff like this. The way we've done this is we put a thin coat of fiber fill on it to seal any little holes or any little thing like that that was still going on. We'll smooth this out, and then we'll come back in with our Bondo. Guys, you have to have some type of filler on something like this. This thing's gonna warp a little, gonna wave a little. It's almost never gonna be perfect, at least if you're doing it in the garage like me. And here it is with the fiber fill on it. Overall, this thing is pretty smooth. It's got a couple of dips in it here and there, and that's just from the heat, and I probably put a little too much heat on in some spots, but it's gonna be fine. We'll put a light skim coat on this thing. We'll smooth it all out. Well, all right, I'm gonna go ahead, go inside. It's late, I'm hot, and I'll catch you guys later on. So as you can see, I'm back out here on Papa T's car, and there's a few things that I want to address with this, and that is the way that I'm doing this particular roof. Now, a lot of people will tell you don't do your roof this way, and I get what they're saying, because when you have a big open area like this, essentially halfway of this, it's really hard to do. In theory, we probably should have went back a little bit closer to the back here, but if you're careful with your heat on your welder, you can get away with it. Now, here's the deal. Doing it the way that we're doing it, it makes it easier to do the job. In other words, you got a nice, open area underneath the car in here that you can work from. If you need to get in and grind anything out, clean it up, prep it, or whatever the case may be, or seal it, I should say. But the other thing is, you're gonna have to use a little bit of filler here. Now this car, just so you guys know, because I know everybody's like, well, look at all the filler you had to use. This thing already had a huge dent here, old filler right here that he used before. So this thing's got a low spot right here, pretty bad, and that's what you're gonna see. And the rest of this, sure, yeah, every bit of this is gonna have filler, just to smooth and blend it out. The center of the roof did get somewhat of a high spot in it. It's actually not that bad at all, but I can feel a touch of a high spot right here in the center. Now here's the deal, pretty much anywhere that you weld on your car, chances are, especially if you're doing patch panels, chances are you're gonna have to use a little filler. So that is what it is. If you're gonna get on here and blast somebody for doing a budget DIY build to their car, this channel's probably not for you. I'm just gonna be completely upfront with you. This is not the way I like to operate, and I will always voice my opinion against you guys that voice your opinion against us. The ones that are out here working, the ones that are out here trying to get shit done that maybe don't have the money or don't have the skill set you do. It would be great to take our car and cut the whole roof skin off of it, and cut the whole freaking roof off. That'd be awesome if everybody could do that. Now, I know a lot of you work in body shops, and you have to understand that not everybody else has a body shop. Some of this stuff is done to save cars, okay? It's gonna be better than it was. That's the main thing. Even if it's not perfect when it's all said and done, it's gonna be better than it was, and we don't have a rotted out sunroof, so. But anyway, with all that being said, Papa T's car is close to being back in action. I'll probably have the roof of this thing done in the next probably week total, because it is going to take a little time to make sure this thing is smooth. Plus we have to swap out the hatch on it, and then we have to decide what he's going to do with the car. So if he's going to repaint it, which I know he's going to end up repainting it, but we don't know the color scheme yet. He's going to want to change the color. We never paint anything back the same color. That's just the way it is. I don't know why we're like that, but that's just the way we are. Guys, I may or may not come back out and video me sanding and doing all, but that's all this is gonna be, is literally just a little bit of filler work, some sanding, and things like that. There again, like I told you guys before, rather than videoing all of this stuff, I mean, you've seen me do body work a million times already. So I'm just gonna come back in from time to time and show you guys where we're at. So this is how I'm getting started, and then I'll probably pick back up with you guys once we start to apply primer. Same concept all the way up till primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you, well, not the finished product, because this thing still has some filler on it that needs to be sanded down, and actually I have no filler across the front yet. Now it's gonna look splotchy and stuff because the primer's not dry yet, but anyway, here it is. I'm very happy with this. As you can see up here, that's that fiber fill I was talking about. So all this has to be sanded down and another coat of filler put on it. I'm done for the weekend. This thing is now sealed up tight. So here's the series of tacks underneath. We're gonna lay that blanket in here that we have. We're just gonna run the flat disc over it and then put some chassis saver on it. We're gonna be good to go, guys. All that'll be covered up by the headliner anyway. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching.